Sound checked. Okay. We are in the process of being live. We're birthing the stream. I'm going to set out some notifications. Hopefully everyone gets notifications. Look, it's on YouTube. It's live. Amazing. Send Discord. Send Blue Sky notification. There we go. Okay. Let me just... Yes. Okay. Let me test, make sure everything's audible.com. Testing. Are they the ones who made Ice Age? Testing. Why they can't hear you? Why can't they hear you? Hold on. Audio, that. Say words?
You words.
Okay, let me see. Panicking.
Here, well, I can check now that we're live. I can check if
the
I
stream
can
is so
heard.
behind. Why is it so behind? I know it's why. It's because I have terrible internet. Blah, 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 blah. Hopefully not forever. Let's see.
Wine.
Testing. There you are. Okay, we're good.
Oh, good. Cool. Well, what'd you have to change?
I had to put you through the multi-channel output device on Zoom.
Oh.
You were just coming through my headphones, and I don't have that on OBS. Gotcha. Okay. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Happy album release day.
New album. It's new. It's album.
And I helped with it a little bit.
Allison helped. Everyone helped.
Yeah.
This album has been in the works for 9 years. That's a lot of years.
Wow. I didn't know it was that long.
Anyway.
Play music.
Huh?
Set up professional audio and audio settings. Close. Press the MD plus tilde to open pop-up.
I started playing my piano, and then Zoom was like, "Are you playing music?" Like, what? I don't know. Can you actually?
I wonder if we'll get
anymore?
a summary of this at the end. Yeah, I can.
You can. Okay. It was like you need to switch your audio quality so they can hear your music you're playing. That's so weird. Anyway. So yeah, I just want to hang out and talk about the album and play a little bit. I'm not going to sit here and play through the whole damn album.
Things.
I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, you did that last night.
Yeah, that was okay. We don't talk about that. So I don't remember who I told about this album first. It was probably you, Alice. Back in like 2023, I think it was like, I don't know, it was like the summer, and I was looking at at the Good Note Guys Dropbox, and I was like, oh my God, I think I have enough music to put together an album. I have like 9 songs. Which is like, you know, I don't know if I would have been happy with that. Just putting out like 9 tracks. Because like, you know, the point of this album was just like, what do we have left over from the years that hasn't been officially released that people would probably like to hear? Some of the songs people have been asking for, and I've been like, at some point. And then it just never happened. Have I lost you? Are you still there?
Yeah, just listening.
It's very hard to tell.
Sorry. Yeah.
I just like don't trust my internet.
Oh no, I do that all the time too. Where like if someone's just listening to me really intently and they don't talk, I'm like, where's my internet gone? Shit.
Yeah, I expect it at this point.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so like I had a folder of songs, and then I put them kind of together, sort of, in one place, and then we got to like, I don't know. It was like, I forget when it was like November, I think, of 2023 when I went in Discord, and I was like, I have a thing that you guys are probably going to like. Stay tuned. And then I had like an enormous mental breakdown for 4 months. So by December, I was like, stay tuned at some point, everyone. This is going to happen. Not right now.
Passively listen to when I announce it.
Yes, it will. It supposedly will happen. And then 2024, I actually relearned how to use my keyboard that I made all the music on, so I could like actually put together real songs, just so the album had some actual original content. And that was fun. That was really exciting. But yeah, the biggest problem was art, and I knew it was gonna be. That's always like I could sit here and probably put together like 7 or 8 albums. I have ideas. I have ideas for covers. I have ideas for original music. But then I got the art and the PR. It's just so hard to do. Post game was, for the most part, done by last August. And then it's like, well, shit. Now I need album art, and that took 10 months.
That took so long.
It took 10 months.
Yeah. That was a whole adventure. I'm very proud, still very, very proud of you for like being like, wait, I know a person, and then like having the courage to reach out and ask. That's awesome. Yeah,
I lucked out. I went through a couple. Allison did a great job of putting together a bunch of people, but they were, I didn't know these people. Most of them did, like art of OCs and D&D stuff, and
yeah, like, but I was like, hey, they can draw.
So I don't know. It went about as well as I expected, which is awful. Got some emails back. Most people were like, I don't know about that. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So I don't know. I had no. And then I put out on Twitter. I was like, anyone want to make art for me? And I got 1 trillion bots in my replies. Just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who really looked like real people, but definitely weren't real people. And I don't have any way to check. I don't have any way to like look at the art and be like, let's see, is this AI generated? So I had to fucking kill the thread, and then I did it again on Blue Sky, and it went just as poorly on Blue Sky. Just all these bots. Apparently, if you put like, I forget how I worded the post, but apparently, if you put the word commission in your post, you get bots because they're like, ooh, money is involved. So I think that's what happened. I was like, I'm willing to commission art. And they were like, money? Oh, I can get money. Money. So I just got like 300 bots.
Mr. Krabs.
We were like, are you looking for graphic design? Because I have portfolio graphic design, good graphics. Graphics made in your vision. Graphics, good graphics. So that didn't go so well.
No.
But yeah. But I've been watching a YouTube channel for 4-ish years now. They're one of the like last traditional like let's play YouTube channels that doesn't just stream all their shit like we do, like everyone does now. Called Born Losers Gaming. They're really funny. They've been around for a really, really long time. About probably around the same length as the Good Note guys, about that like 10, 11 year mark. But I started watching them in 2021. And the channel's hosted by 2 people, Ian and Casey. And I watched a lot of their playthroughs. You listen to a lot of their commentary. And, I sort of gleaned that Casey does art occasionally. And I had followed them on Blue Sky. And occasionally they were like, hey, here's this art I made for this person. And I was like, okay, that was cool. And then, I don't know, at some point in April, they were like, I really need commissions right now. Everyone DM me. And I was like, okay, what if I just shot a DM their way? And was like, you ever make album art for a blind person? And they were like, absolutely not, but I can try. And then I sent them my first 2 albums, and they were like, these are really fucking good album art, which they were really fucking good album arts. They were made by Miski, Casey, another Casey, 10 years ago when they were doing their stuff. I try to not play my original art was done by the person who made like Game Grumps merch and shit. but that's what happened. I had a lot of connections back then. But Casey made it very, I don't know. I think it went pretty smooth. It still took kind of a while, but it always takes kind of a while. Even when it's in the process of being done, it's just, I just gave them space and they were easy to work with. And, I sent a lot of stuff to other people and I was like, does it look like good? And they were like, yeah, it's all right. And I was like, good. That's all I need.
Yeah, and then you threw it at Lupin and me and
Yeah.
some other sighted people, and we're like, we like that one best, and everyone's like, well, everyone agrees on that one, I guess.
Yep, it
So,
worked out. So that was good.
guitar in space.
Yeah, I that's the thing. I've had post game the album in my head for so long that I actually had an idea for album art, which is insanely that doesn't happen. Like I don't know. It takes me about 10 years to get an idea for art in my head. So it's good that I had
Dude,
that time.
Yeah, me like I'm the same way with like character design for like D&D characters. Like the fact that I can picture anything about my current character in my head is a fucking miracle.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't do graphic stuff. I don't speak art.
Yeah. Yeah, me either.
So I had a vague idea in my brain. I was like, oh, I want the album to kind of like reference like Alex's contribution to the album. So I wanted to feature a bass guitar. I want the bass guitar to be, kind of purple because Alex used to play a 5-string purple bass guitar. I wanted it to be like, a nice contrast in colors. I wanted it to have sort of like an Espeon reference in the guitar design because, that's his favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
And it all worked out,
and I also just realized, like while we were setting up for this, that the post game is like post the game of life.
Yeah,
which is sad and
post
fun.
game. It's post Good Note Guys, right? We're in a post Good Note Guys era. Like we pretend that we're still a thing, but it's different now. Like it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's really not. So
No.
here's the last bit of content I've got. Everyone likes post game. Everyone likes a good post game. All right, you get to the credits, you're like, I want to play more. Everyone likes it when a game has a good post game. So here's some post game content.
As long as it's not boring, which this definitely is not. I can tell you that much.
It's a mixed bag. It's definitely a mixed bag. But yeah, I'm glad it's out finally.
Yeah.
I still want to make
also,
more music. It's gonna be hard,
Yeah. Also, if you're curious, I helped on track 10. I gave feedback on that.
On track 10 and track 1.
And track 1?
Yeah, that was the one I made last summer. I made it last summer, and I texted you a bunch of drafts, and I was like, "Do you like this? Do you like this?" And you were like, "Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that sucks." So, yeah. No, definitely, there was definitely help.
Yeah. But track 1, track 10 is my favorite. It's just super relaxing. I will definitely be like putting it on loop.
Yeah. So yeah, the album has, let me think,
11 tracks.
It has 11 tracks. It has 2, 3, 4, 5.
Which, by the way, not that I'm gonna look it up now, but I am now curious why why it's the commonplace now for albums to have 12 tracks.
I don't know. I like 10 tracks plus some sort of bonus content. That's always how I've done it. Like album 1 had 10 tracks plus a bonus. Album 2 had 10 tracks plus 2 bonus tracks. This one's not really a definitive bonus track situation on this one, but I like that it's 11 tracks. It's just like, it's pretty good. What was I going to say? Yeah, but it's 11 tracks. There's 5 like traditional Pokemon covers that you would expect from a Good Note Guys album. There's 1, 2, 3 like unreleased sort of old Good Note Guys stuff, basically just our theme song from our streaming, both versions, because people really wanted the second version and I never released it, but now it's out.
Oh, cool. Now I finally get to know how actually long the theme song is.
It's like 4 minutes. Too long. That's what it is. I think the original one is like 3.5 minutes, and the one we use now is like 4 minutes.
That's long for a theme.
It's it's like 40 seconds of music, and then it's like 3 minutes of just jamming, because that's when we talk. The problem is I think that's too long for a stream intro, but that's it's developed over the years. Like, it was right at a time. It's not right anymore, really. I don't know. I certainly don't play the whole thing when I use it on stream. Anyway, I want to talk about the like individual tracks now.
Yeah, I want to learn things.
Can you hear the dog barking?
Yes.
Okay. If that continues to happen, I'm gonna go do something about it.
She's loud girl, but she's adorable.
She's
so fluffy.
She's incessant. Ugh.
All dogs are.
Anyway, so the tracks are absolutely not in chronological order. I never ever really make an album where the tracks end up in chronological order. I'm trying to think like what is the closest example to that. Probably our first album is the closest example to that, but even that, not at all. Because I like to think more about the structure of the album itself.
I'm very actually that's something I'd like to talk about first, maybe, and like or maybe either first or last. I guess it would depend on you, but like I'm very curious, like how you go about choosing what order to put things in. Is it like what songs flow into each other better, or?
Yeah, it's kind of a lot of things. Well, first of all, I tend to divide the album into two halves and think about them in terms of each half. So like. Usually I like to start out very, very strong with the like a really good one. Like that makes sense, I think. So the song I put together last June. Well, let's talk about that because it's the first last June. It took like all summer. It was the first track on the album. It is Vast Pony Canyon, which is a song from Pokemon Sun and Moon, which, you know, crazy to think that after our second album released, Pokemon Sun and Moon wasn't even out yet. That game came out in November 2016. Our album came out in October 2016. There's been 3 entire generations of Pokemon between the last album and this one.
Wow. That's
so like
wow.
I wanted to represent something that couldn't have existed before. Vast Pony Canyon is one of my favorite songs. I think it's my favorite song from the 7th generation. Because the 7th generation did like, it was the first gen that wasn't really shaped like a Pokemon game. I don't really know if that makes any sense to anyone.
No, it does.
But it's like, it's the first game that just, you know, everything was rounded or a little more open. And one of the things that they really got rid of that I don't like is they got rid of like traditional dungeons. Until you get to like the very end of the game, and then there's one big dungeon where you have to like traverse this canyon and all these cave systems, and you walk across these giant tree branches. It's so good, and it's just got this kick-ass rock song going. I mean, that's I love when they do that. I love music that's too good for what it is.
Now, can we play the music on stream, or will we get copyright?
I'm gonna play the music. I don't think I'm gonna play through like the entire thing. I'm probably gonna skip around, but I'll play some of it. Some parts I like, but like, I love especially like music that takes place during a kind of a monotonous part of the game, like a dungeon, when it's just so kick ass. It's the best fucking thing in the world. The whole reason that I play Pokemon White 2 over Black 2 is because the music that plays in a particular dungeon in that game is just in the White 2 version. It's just this crazy jazz song with the trumpet solo. It's so good. It's absolutely incredible. I'd love to cover that song someday, but it's like way above my skill level.
Hey, you have something to strive for.
Yeah. So I always wanted to cover Vast Pony Canyon. I've always had this idea to take the song. The song itself is in it's like a very straightforward kind of tempo, but I took it and I put it into like a swing tempo, like a, you know, like something more that's swung. It's jazzier. And I originally, so what happened was, and there's so many reasons why this album took so long and why putting out more music took so long. One of the reasons is, well, first of all, I got sick back in 2017, so that caused a lot of problems. Well, I was sick for a while, but it got bad in 2017. So that threw a lot of, but then after that, one of the things that happened throughout like between like 2018 and like 2021 is I lost the remaining usable vision I had. So I wasn't like confident that I'd be able to use my keyboard anymore to make music. And then I got really like obsessed with, and I still am, with like, I need to be making music the correct way, the way that the industry expects me to be making music.
Right.
So I need to get good at like Logic Pro or FL Studio or Ableton or Pro Tools, one of the actual digital audio workstations. And I have like numerous attempts at trying to learn how to use these programs, and with no success, not even a slight amount of success. So that was one of the main things that put me off. So I was like, if I'm going to make more music, it has to be done the right way. It has to be done the way that it's supposed to be done. So when I tell people about it, I can be like, oh, I use Logic, I use these plugins, and it's like, that's the normal thing. That's normal. But that just kind of never happened. Maybe someday it will happen, but it sure hasn't yet. So it took me a lot of like wearing myself down mentally to be like, all right, I need to just like grab the old keyboard, relearn how to use it, and actually, because I can at least make something with it. I can make something, and it won't be nothing.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I got really obsessed with the program FamiTracker, which is a program that lets you make authentic Nintendo Entertainment System chiptune music. I got
Cool.
like so yeah, and you know about this because I did some 8-bit stuff, and I've sent you 8-bit stuff that I've done on my computer. Because like, I don't know, it's like not a very accessible program, but as long as you can do like some basic math in your head, you can kind of make it work.
Mm-hmm.
So I got really into making 8-bit songs. I was like, this is so cool. And one of the things I've always been so interested in doing, and I still want to, and it's one of the things where it's like I got to learn how to use Logic Pro or something real, is I want to make songs that use familiar game sound fonts. I love throwing in, like, that's one of my favorite things about like Toby Fox music or like that kind of thing, is he's constantly plagiarizing old game sound fonts. And I love that shit. Like he's using the Earthbound guitar patch or the Final Fantasy VI choir patch or the Turtles in Time synth patch, and he's just making his own stuff with these old familiar sounds, and I love that, and that's why I loved FamiTracker, because like everyone knows what the NES sounds like we know what that's supposed to sound like. It's so cool that I can
and we didn't even grow up with it.
Yeah, I kind of did. It's complicated. I did without knowing.
Yeah, well, what I mean is, it wasn't our generation.
It wasn't our generation, but I sure played a lot of it as a kid without knowing. So I was very familiar at the time. So yeah, so the Vast Pony Canyon originally started as a FamiTracker project, and like, first of all, getting a song in swing tempo in FamiTracker takes so much fucking math. So like the fact that I was able to do it was really cool and also exhausting.
Can you give me an example?
Of what?
Of like how complicated the math is?
Well, FamiTracker doesn't do time signatures, so it's all up to your math. So you have to sort of like, how do I explain swing time in a way that, because like, okay, so swing time, a normal tempo sound or normal like rhythm in non-swing time, if I were to just play like, I don't know, like eighth notes, it would be like a constant tempo, 1 and 2 and 3, and but then in swing time it's something that you would expect out of like a jazz song, like a dun, which is, in jazz you still write those as 4/4 time signature. You just, you say, hey, this is a 4/4 song, it's in swing time. And then, jazz musicians are like, yeah, okay, I know what that means. I know how to play that. I know what that's going to feel like.
My brain can do jazz math.
Yeah, it's just, that's swing time. You don't have to do any extra work to communicate that to other musicians. But scientifically, swing time is way more complicated than that. It's not, you can't just say like, hey, this isn't swing time, okay?
I'm sure if you told that to a computer, it would just blue screen of death and never turn on again.
Like, I'm sure in modern digital audio workstations, you probably can do that. But like in Family Tracker, you absolutely cannot. So what's swing time? You have to break swing time down into like its scientific fundamental roots, which is take a song that's in 4/4, convert it to 6/8, and then accent the triplet time signature. And it's just it sucks. It sucks. It sucks. It was awful to make it happen. You have to like split it into that one like. So getting a song to come out in swing time in Family Tracker is a pain in the ass, and it's awful. Especially because Family Tracker works in what are called frames, and every frame is like 4 bars of 4/4 time, which is nice and easy math until you change the time signature, and now everything's going over the bars, and it sucks. So I started making the song in Family Tracker. I really wanted to make a song. I had this intro in mind, this really epic, awesome, jazzy, super cool intro, which is in the album. It made it. We got there. Because I really wanted to focus on the triangle wave. It's what's generally used as the bass part in old chiptune music. But I love when you like take it up the octave and you do like scales and runs with it. It sounds great. So that's what. So
no,
yes.
wait, the triangles? I'm assuming it like rises in pitch or something?
No, it's just the shape of the waveform is a triangle, so it's called the triangle wave. It doesn't really have anything to do with triangles. It just if you put the waveform visually into something, it would look like a triangle. And it just gives you like a sort of like a bassy kind of low pitched kind of sound generally, but you can play it in any octave. It's just a different sound because the main melody in like an NES song would be the square wave, which is just a little brighter. It's hard to explain. So I put the whole intro into Family Tracker. This was done in like, when did I do that? Probably around like January, February 2024. I put the whole intro and I got it working, and I was like, my ideas for this song are too ambitious for Family Tracker. Like, I could probably make this song happen, but like Family Tracker, it's like animating. It takes so long. It's so much work to track every note down on the grid and make sure it's pitch bent the right way and it has the right.
That does sound a lot like animating.
Family
in terms
Tracker
of the complication.
tracking music is a lot like animating. You're putting it in one note at a time. It's exhausting. Family Tracker is so much work, and it makes it so satisfying when it comes out the way you want it to sound.
Yeah.
But I got past the intro and I was like, I need this song to be so much bigger than I want it to be. So I kind of put it into stasis for like 6 months. And then when I finally worked out how to use my keyboard again, that's when I laid down the rest of the song. And then I took the intro from Family Tracker and it serves as the intro to the song, which sounds like this. That's the triangle wave.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember this bit.
So you hear the triangle wave doing the cool melody here. And then the chords are being done by the square waves. And then it turns into real instruments. And I like it.
I love that beginning bit.
I like it when my albums have something interesting to catch your ear right when you hit play. It didn't really happen in Critical Capture. It just kind of fades into the song. But in Indigo Horizons, we have... it was so good. We started the album with Pirate Town from Pokemon Coliseum. And I started Pirate Town with this like big, long, kind of unrelated piano intro solo thing. And we had that like as the intro to the song for a while. And then we were like, we have this great idea. What if we took this like jazz intro thing and we did audio design to make it sound like you were standing outside of a jazz club on a city street listening to the sort of just the reverb of the piano playing that solo part. And that's how album 2 starts. It's just this big piano solo that sounds like it's coming from inside a club. And then it fades into the actual sound, like the regular sound. And I love that. I love starting the album in like a gimmicky way.
That's really fun.
It's rad. So
I mean, like first impressions are important.
Yeah, that's how I feel. So, so that's what I did. This album was, it starts like an 8-bit chiptune, and then all of a sudden it's not an 8-bit chiptune, and you're like, ooh, what's this? And I really liked that. and that's why I put this song first. Also because I think this is the best Good Note Guys cover that's ever existed. That might be recency bias, but like, I don't know, man. This song rocks. Like,
Yeah.
this song fucking rocks. Like, when I got through the full intro, because there's still, like, this is all an intro. But when I got done with this, I couldn't stop listening to this. Like, I'm so proud of this intro. Just listen. It's so.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Listen to this shit. Just. Oh!
Yeah. It's so cool.
That's juicy! I'm proud of that. Like, holy crap.
So
I just.
Yeah.
It's like.
I remember just being like the first time I heard that, just like, oh, that's so cool.
Just pressed firmly down on the gas pedal.
Firmly grasp it, Ryan. Firmly grasp it.
And, you know, I kept the instrumentation kind of simple here. And I've talked about this like 7 or 8 times on stream right now, but one thing I learned from the first 2 albums, and we learned it by the time we were even like halfway through the second album, we were like, we hate synthetic horn instruments. They sound awful. And, you know, we'd love to be a live band with live instruments. You know, most of the most popular video game cover bands they're live jazz bands. They're big jazz ensembles. I'm thinking like 8-Bit Big Band, Insane in the Rain Music, Split Screen, that kind of stuff. Like big bands, the 1-ups. And we were just not that. We were just a MIDI keyboard, okay?
It'd be cool if you can get them to like cover your music.
Yeah, well, that's funny.
Awesome.
Talk about punching down or whatever. Playing down. Anyway, so yeah. So the first album is filled with a ton
I
of...
wasn't joking, but okay.
I mean, I know you weren't joking, but it is silly. That'd be like, what if you had fucking Green Day?
I'm just saying, like how cool would it be for your awesome music to be played with live instruments?
Yes, it would be cool. I think my music's awesome.
I do too.
That doesn't mean much on the grand stage, but that's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so the first album is filled with a bunch of big horn sections and synthetic saxophones. By like halfway through the second album, we were like, we gotta not be using these horn sections. They sound like shit. We focused. I mainly focus in on keyboard and percussion instruments in the covers. And like synths that are just synths for the sake of being, you know, synthetic and wobbly and cool.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put a synthetic saxophone in a cover. I'm not going to put a synthetic trumpet in a cover. I kind of also don't like synthetic guitars. Synthetic basses are fine. Guitars, not so much. But like, so that's why this song is basically made up of organ, electronic piano, clavinet, you know, drums, you know, Rhodes, like just keyboard instruments, really. And I like that.
I don't know what a clavinet is, but it's cool.
It's like the really funky kind of sound. Like, listen in your left ear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a clav. Huh. It's in a lot of Stevie Wonder music.
Huh. Neat.
So, but I knew like this song, the main instrument in Vast Pony Canyon, besides like an electric guitar, is a flute. I was like, I need to get some sort of flute.
A good flute.
So let me find a bad flute. I wanted a bad flute. I wanted a flute that doesn't sound anything like a fucking flute. And that's what I decided on. Let me grab the most synthetic ass sounding, like.
I mean, like lean into the fakeness of
exactly.
It.
So that's why, you know.
Try to stop being what you're not.
Yeah, this flute in the right ear. No, I'm not fooling anyone. That doesn't sound like a real flute. It's just a cool synth. That sounds kind of like funky. It sounds like there's a lot of old Beatles music that uses like a really shitty synthetic flute patch. It sounds a lot like this. And I was fine with that. Like, that's fine. So that's what I did. That's like my one horn, not a horn, it's a woodwind, but you know, blowy instrument. But yeah, no, I put a lot of sauce into this cover, and you know, I wanted to put together something that's fully like full length, fully original, fully mine to be on this album, to be like, this album is definitely worth owning. Like, it's not just recycled stuff. It's not just like cobbled together, because a lot of the album is that, and I'm not ashamed of that. I wanted to publish this stuff and get it out of my library so everyone can hear it. But this song is not that. This is full length. It's like 9.5 minutes of just that. It's good. It's full. It's please buy it. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way, if I use like, hold on. Oh, good. I can do that. Oh, cool. I can kind of skip forward. Good. I'm trying to think of like what parts of the song I want to talk about without just sitting here and listening to a 10-minute song. Yeah, but I'm really proud of this song. I finally used like quantized drums, so the drums are fully in rhythm, in time. They're not like, whatever the audio version of eyeballed is. They're like actually perfectly on the grid.
I guess just earballed.
Earballed. They're not earballed.
Let's go with that.
There needs to be a version of that for hearing things. Like,
yeah,
when you're eyeballing, just eyeball it, kind of. Like, what's that? But for audio, there really isn't a word, and it's kind of shitty.
Yeah, we'll go with earballed for now.
But it's I like it. I like this song, and I didn't mean to do whatever I just did, and I'm at the beginning of the song again. Good job. I love the music app on Mac. I put together this awesome jazz solo that I'm really proud of. It actually kind of sounds like jazz, which is unusual for me. Usually I'm just faking it till I'm making it.
Hey, it's working.
But this actually...
People are buying your shit.
This is really good. I want to highlight just some parts I like. Let's see. Yeah, this is all pretty standard. Go listen to the album. Buy it on Bandcamp right now. Wait, did I pass? Oh yeah, there's this blink and you miss it key change moment that would take me way too long to explain, but I really like it, and I don't think many people are going to notice it, but yeah, because the song is in like A minor, and then I key change to D, and it sounds really cool. Because normally it goes like... But I did one of my favorite little key changes.
Awesome.
No one's gonna understand that. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, but I think it sounds really good. Let me see. What else do I want to talk about with this song? It's really good. One thing with this song. Let me get to it. Breakdown's really good. This part here. One of the things that made us ultimately quit making music was because of the audio limitations of the keyboard itself. And I'm going to talk about the keyboard when we get to track 2, because I have a lot to say about it. I promise I'm not going to take forever here. It's already been almost 40 minutes. Yeah, so the keyboard, it's a really powerful sequencer. It's expensive. It better be. But like, if you put too much sound into it, things get clipped off, things get cut off, and it just wasn't predictable enough to... I don't know. It really started pissing us off, and that was ultimately the breaking point.
Sort of like a choir, where you can hear one sound, but like you can't hear the individual people anymore.
Yeah, which is fine, except when it's like clipping off pieces of the drums, and it's just like impossible to make it work properly. And it's just it's more of like a computer starting to lag than.
True.
You'd put in the bass guitar and then you put in the drums, and the cymbals would get all choppy and cut off because it couldn't handle all the sound. That was ultimately what killed our forward momentum in album 3. So, now that I'm a little bit older and wiser, I developed a very cool and definitely legitimate shortcut to this problem, which is put everything in and then mute some of the stuff, record it into a separate app, unmute the other stuff, and record that into a separate app, and then sync it up afterwards. and then it actually sounds okay. And that's what happened during this particular section of the song right here. Did this big clav solo, and the drums were clipping out. So I recorded all the instruments into an app. I recorded the drums into an app separately so they wouldn't clip each other out, and then I synced them together, and you wouldn't notice. You wouldn't notice if I didn't just say that. But that's what happened during this part of the song. The rest of the song was all fine, but this one part of the song, the drums are clipping out really bad. But like, it's a good option to have for the future to know that like, if I run into a hardware problem, I can just like record part of the song into an app and just sync it up later in it.
Man, blind people are just good problem solvers. Genuinely, like, we don't complain. We're just like, nah, okay, how are we gonna do this? Like, we're so smart. You're so smart, Ryan.
Yeah, you kind of have to be.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's two other things I want to talk about with this song without, sitting here and playing through the whole thing. One of them is, and I talked about this on stream in like, I think it was February 2024, before I had even started this cover like properly, fully. It was during one of our Violet DLC streams. I've never rewatched those because those were during my breakdown, so I don't feel comfortable. But but I remember talking about this. I was like, hey guys, I came up with the most catchy ass hook and chord progression to like jam on at the end of this theoretical song that I haven't put together again, and I can't wait to actually do it someday maybe. And then so like the last like 2.5 minutes of this song are just this big buildup, and then it's just a big solo on this one melodic line, which is so simple. It just goes kind of like the McDonald's jingle.
Oh yeah.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. It's not. I mean, it's a modally altered version. The McDonald's jingle is it's not really the same, but it kind of
that considering the damage that McDonald's food does to your body, that's what it should be. It shouldn't be upbeat. It should be like
it's really minor.
Yeah.
And I was
it's hiding behind a facade.
God, that's such a catchy little. And then I put chords to it. And I was like. I was like, damn, that's so fun. I could jam on that all day. And then that's kind of what happened at the end of the song. There's like 3 minutes of this song. It's just me soloing like a madman over those two chords. And it starts with this giant fucking buildup. And I made a couple versions of this buildup and I sent them to Allison because I did one with just like piano, and then I did one with like organ and some other instruments. And we ended up doing that one instead. So yeah, you'll hear it here. Just this big build-up, enormous build-up. Start out with just the keys and the bass drum, and then I add in the floor tom on the drum, just a little bit heavier, about boom. And then I bring in the organ and the hi-hat. It just builds, and I'm slowly opening the filter on the organ, so it's getting more brighter and louder. And I'm adding little open hi-hat hits and then the bass starts moving, and now we have the flute and the clav, and everyone's just, it's building. It's gonna happen, look out. The hi-hat's building.
The bomb's about to go off.
I'm about to go off. I think this is rad as hell. I love how this build up, but here we go.
Yeah,
awesome.
I love the keyboard in the middle of it, dude.
I know. What a good little run. I'm proud of that. So very proud of that. This is one of the most solid organ solos I've ever recorded, though. It's so tight. Sheesh.
I mean, does this feel satisfying to like physically play on the keyboard too?
When you get it right, it does. I think like this solo came out really good, and I remember playing it, and it felt really good. And that doesn't always happen. I'll talk when we get to Undella, and I'm gonna start moving faster, I promise. But when we get to Undella, that was a problem I faced with Undella, and why I was so not confident in how those solos ended up, because they took a lot of takes to play on stream, and it felt kind of awkward. But I do like how it sounds in the end. So I'm fine with it.
I do remember you having trouble with that.
But I was like, I don't know if this is too much. It's kind of breaking the vibe. I couldn't quite tell, but I actually really do like how it came out, so it's fine. But this is just me jamming, man. This is full stop. Like, I'm just going for it.
Go, Ryan, go. And I think like your joy of playing comes through in the music.
Sometimes, yeah. That's what I like about playing it so live on like a shitty MIDI keyboard is I'm physically playing all these notes, you know. I'm not tracking this. This isn't, you know, I'm not taking loops and cutting them. I'm sitting here and I'm pressing every one of the notes you're hearing with my fingers.
Yeah.
That's not generally how music's made these days. But all these riffs and all these licks, it's all me.
It's funny because like both my parents like to like build things with their hands, and they have this and I feel it too a lot of times when I've made something or I've written something. I'm like, yeah, I did that. Like I physically did that with my fingies or my hands or my body.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing for you, and it's very satisfying.
Yeah, and I'm trying to do a better job of going back and making sure it actually sounds kind of polished. I'm glad I learned how to use the quantize feature for drumming and stuff like that, and some of the melodies, just to make it a little bit more bearable, because some of the stuff on our first two albums is very, very sloppy. Just openly, disgustingly sloppy, which is, you know...
Hey, you live and learn.
It's cute. I'm going to skip through this, because this is a very long section. Oh, it's so good. Anyway, I had a very specific idea for the ending, and it involves plagiarism.
Yay.
I'll talk about that. So I wanted to like slowly like get back into sort of just the main like groove of the song. So everything's just playing this main groove. And this goes on for a while, probably way too long, to be honest. I think this solo section is probably way too long, especially the ending. But I kind of want it to be something where you're listening to it and then eventually you just kind of zone out and are just kind of lost in it. And you're not like, oh, wow, this is really long. You're just like, fuck, this is a vibe. And it doesn't really matter that it's, 3 minutes of just this. It's just like, it's great. It's just good. It's a good sound, But I had this idea. I wanted to just slowly release every instrument until there's just piano, like, and claps at the end. And that's how we got these claps in. And oh my God, it was such a fucking nightmare getting these claps to sound good. It sucked. It was so, oh my God. I don't even want to, too much work, way too much work to get good sounding claps. But we got it. And now I slowly fade out every instrument. Let's skip forward a little bit. And it's just kind of just.
Bass.
And then I got rid of one of the flutes, and then the other flute, and then it just kind of fades out on claps and piano. And I really like this kind of sound. And there's a really specific reason for that. Let me see if I can find it in my library. There's another song that ends just like this, and I really liked it. So I stole that.
Oh, yes.
And let me see if I can find it in my library. No. There it is. Which version? Which version? I don't know if it matters which version. It's probably here.
Are we going to get copyright strike for this song?
Nope. We are not, because this is from Sonic Mania. Can I find it? There it is. So the song Rogues Gallery for Mirage Saloon Act 2 by T. Lopes. Something that T. Lopes does a lot of that I really like is he makes music for video games. The music in the video game tends to loop, but he's like, I like to give my songs proper endings so that when people listen to the real album version, the song has a proper ending to it that doesn't appear in the game. And I thought that was really cool. And the first time I heard the end of this song, I was like, wait a minute, that's awesome. And the first time I heard the ending to this song was actually in the background of a very noisy live stream, because the album took a while to come out, but like Sega had it and they used to do these official live streams. And I was like, oh my God, I need to hear that for real. So that was a long wait. But let me skip to the end of this song. Hold on. Let's skip to the end and you'll hear something very familiar. Hold on. Hold on. Here it comes. Piano, claps. So that's where I stole that idea from. He just takes out all the instruments. There's just piano and claps at the end, and I was like, that's
imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Yeah, it's not really plagiarism. It has nothing to do with that song. It's just I really liked that, so I took it and used it. But yeah, that's probably the track on the album I have the most to say about. So I'll try to move a little faster here.
Yeah, how long do you think you want to go for this stream? Not complaining either way.
Until I get to the end.
Okay.
Which probably will take less time than you think.
I love, no matter, like, even if I haven't heard the song, even if I have no idea what you're talking about, I just love hearing you talk about like your songs, because like I can hear like the passion, and it's so nice.
Yeah,
it makes me happy.
I liked how this song came out.
Well, I'm just saying in general. Yeah, like I love hearing you talk about music, and, like songs you really like and stuff. Just people talking about things that make them happy makes me happy. So especially when it's my friends.
Track 2 is Veilstone City, and this is probably, if you're a fan of the Good Note Guys and you've been watching our streams for all 10 years, you'll already know about this song, because this was, believe it or not, we actually did plan to make a third album properly. It did happen. It wasn't going to happen. We got through album 2 and we were like, okay, well, we're probably going to make a third album, but like we need to make a significant upgrade to our equipment or our musical talent, or something needs to change, because we really wanted to step it up to sound more like, more high quality. So we waited like a year, and then around like October 2017 we were like, we should probably just make a third album. So we chipped in and we bought a new keyboard, which is what I made most, or if not all, of this music on anyway. So it did work out as a good purchase, but at the time it kind of flopped. But our albums are made using the Yamaha MOX 8 series, or the first album was split between the Yamaha MOX 8 and the Yamaha MOX F6. When I got to college, I had to change which keyboard I was using because of logistical reasons.
Is one better than the other?
Well, yes and no. The F series was the new addition to the MOX series, but the 6 is worse than the 8, because the 6 and the 8, those are they're referring to the number of keys. So the 6 series was a 60 key keyboard with unweighted keys, and I made most of album 1 and pretty much all of album 2 and some of this album on the MOX F8. I no longer own it. But throughout all of college and for many years after college, I was making stuff with the MOX F6 keyboard, which was a nightmare to play on. Playing on an unweighted 60 key keyboard is awful when you're trying to make really good music.
I forget, unweighted means that like there's no difference when you push down on the keys more, right?
No, that's more about like velocity control. Unweighted means like, when you push down on a key, you're moving a hammer. There's a heavy weight under the key, and on keyboards that's simulated generally on a full-sized 88 key keyboard. But then you have the keyboards where how the bottom of the key kind of sticks out, or the top of the key kind of sticks out from the bottom. I think you have an unweighted keyboard.
Yeah.
And usually there's less than 88 keys. Usually there's 60. So
I
it's
think
just
mine
like,
has 60.
yeah, it's just like 5 octaves. It's usually like C all the way up to high C. Nightmare to play like real ass music on. Not a bad idea if you need one, but like, I don't know. It's what I dealt with through all of college. You can see the keyboard. It's on our oldest streams on the channel, on our new Bark, Route 203, and Cerulean Let's Arrange series. You see me using the MOX F6 to make those songs. Terrible to play on, but it's what I had to practice on in college for like serious music stuff, and it was just not ideal at all. So bad. So when we started actually making the third album, we were like, we're fine with what we have. Let's buy an MOX F8 keyboard. So at least we have like a full-sized 88 key keyboard. And I still have that one. I was going to maybe move it here for this stream, but I felt like if I tried, I'd probably break something, and I didn't want to break anything right before streaming, because that would make me very angry.
Yeah.
And I didn't need another angry day. So it's very close by. It's what I made Undella on. It's what I made the song we just listened to on. So there is visual representation of it on our channel. And what makes the F series have the letter F in it is it has this special little, in hindsight, very stupid system where there's this like special panel on the back of the keyboard you can unscrew. And inside there's like a proprietary storage device you can purchase, like an external storage, kind of like a flash drive, but really not a flash drive. It's like a piece of computer hardware you screw into the keyboard, and with it you can import new instruments, which is cool. We never used it on the F6. I never really thought to get into using it. I probably should have, because we could have come up with some cool stuff probably with it. But when we got the F8, I was like, I want to make a new album. I want to diversify our instruments, try to get some higher quality instruments. And first of all, you have to spend money on the fucking the storage device, which wasn't cheap. And then you have to spend money on the instruments. It was a lot. So we only ever really used that to begin making our cover of Veilstone City. So when you listen to Veilstone City, one thing you'll definitely notice is there are really unique sounding drums and vibraphone, which is like this xylophone kind of instrument that's in most of our music. So we never finished Veilstone City because we got to a point where...
Cindy.
What?
You said Veilstone Cindy.
Veilstone City. Because we got to a point where we were running into those audio problems, and we just hit a point where we're like, we can't fucking deal with it right now. So we stopped. We put the song on hold forever. And while I think I still have access to the project file, I don't think I still have access to those instruments we used. So I don't have any way of continuing the song. So what I did is I took what we already have, which was a decent amount, and I chopped it up in a way that's nice and pleasing, and I put it together in a way that turns it more or less into a full song. This is cheating, but it's what I did. So yes, the song does loop. The song does fade out. It's kind of a hack job. I apologize. But people, I'm very proud of what our Veilstone cover was going to be and what we had already. It's one of our highest quality covers. It's one of our most advanced jazz covers. Like the chords we were using, the bass lines, I'll play some of it. But these chords and the melodies and stuff are really complicated and let me raise the volume a little. So the drums are really jazzy. This is the vibraphone. You'll hear it right now.
Oh, that sounds like a xylophone, but no.
Yeah, it's like a xylophone, but it's made of metal, and it has a sustain pedal, and it's cool. And it's used in jazz a lot. One thing I really like, we used vibes in a lot of our songs, but we always used the same patch. This song, we used a brand new one that came in the instrument pack we used. And I think I really like it because it has this really hyper specific audio positioning. Like every note is spatially positioned. Like normally, unlike like a keyboard patch like this. If you listen really closely, and you're probably not going to hear it over Zoom, but as I go up the keyboard, you can kind of hear it sort of pan a little bit closer to your right ear, and if I go down, a little closer to your left ear.
I can't hear it now, but I think I remember hearing it over streams.
Yeah, and that's like what you'd expect. But this vibe, I don't know how they recorded this vibe patch, but it's like every single individual note is slightly spaced apart from the others, and it really satisfying when you play it. Like, listen. Like it moves left to right like a lot. And I'll play the solo. Anyway, yeah, this is a really complicated jazz song. I don't really know how we pulled it off. I don't know if I'd be able to replicate it. It's like really... These chords and especially these rhythms, like... I can't even comprehend what's happening. But it's good. Let me get to the vibe solo. Yeah, there it is. But like you really hear the spatial. It's like every note is in a slightly different space.
Oh, you know what? I can't hear it over Zoom.
Yeah, no, you can hear this. You just when I play my piano, that's coming to you in mono, but the music is coming to you in stereo.
Yeah.
But like, listen, it's so satisfying.
That's so fun. It's crawling around my ear holes.
It's so good. This is one of the best jazz solos I've ever... Like, what am I doing? It's so good. I don't know how I would ever do this again. It's like so actually jazz. So yeah. And I looped the song, and I'm sorry. Oh no, I looped the song. I'm such a bad guy. But yeah, then we did this really cool organ breakdown, and it was supposed to like, go into the next part of the song. But during this part, we hit these audio problems. The drums were clipping out, and it didn't end up working out. And it sounds fine here, but like, it just wasn't feasible to continue. So like I love how this sounds. Don't get me wrong, but like, that's as far as we ever got. So technically we didn't even make it through the full loop of Veilstone, which is a shame. But I think that there's enough here to enjoy. There's a good vibe solo. There's a good little guitar solo. There's a good little breakdown. And, I wanted to get this song published, even though I don't really have any access to it. I wanted it to be published because I think it's a really good one. It had a lot of potential.
Yes.
And I think it sounds good. And it's a shame that we never got to finish it, but here it is. It's good enough for what it is. And then I have our original stream theme song next on the album, which is crazy because I still can't remember when I made it and when we started using it. I don't know why. I just don't have a memory of that. I think I made it in 2017, but I don't remember when we started using it. I like our stream theme song. I think it's catchy.
Me too.
The one the very beginning part is really weird. It's very weird. And then it goes into like a regular song.
Yeah, I don't.
But there's a reason.
I don't really understand the beginning.
There's a reason. There's a reason. It's not a very good reason, but it's a reason nonetheless. The reason the intro starts with those. Well, first of all, you got to have an intro. Like it has to start kind of quiet. You can't just jump into like bombastic horn sections. That's madness. But what was happening? There's a funny story to the intro. Is I was coming up with the song, and I was sitting at my keyboard, and I don't know if I was coming up with the song, but I was at my keyboard, and I had Alex on the phone, and we were setting up my 3DS for something, and we were in the internet settings menu. And the internet settings menu has this really specific, like, chill vibe with this specific rhythm. It's like a... And we were listening to that for like an hour because I was, trying to type in a password on a touchscreen with no vision. And Alex was like, shit, I really like the vibe of this song. Can you make the beginning of our theme song kind of that vibe? So that's why it's got this like two like alternating chords kind of thing going on. It's supposed to kind of be like the Nintendo 3DS internet settings menu music.
That's so very specific.
So yeah, like I said, these songs have stories behind them, right? They're not.
I love that.
But everything's got a story. So that's why it sounds like that. The rest is just pretty simple, like, you know, it's jazz.
Jazzers.
It's got the appalling synthetic saxophone, but this was back in 2017 before I had, you know, really thought about it. So I just was like, that's fine. They're going to have the synthetic saxophone. It's in the key of A flat, which is, I'm bringing it up now because it's going to be important for the sequel to this song. But yeah, it's in A flat. It's got, you know, this. It's got that very specific B section with the guitar doing the solo and stuff. And I changed the whole B section for the sequel because I wanted it to sound like a new song. So, yeah, so, you know, and the reason this, so what happened with this song is right at this time, a YouTuber I really liked, Some Call Me Johnny, commissioned a theme song for his videos. He commissioned it from T. Lopes of all people, which is funny. And I really wanted to come up with something that kind of fits the same vibe because I thought it was so good. His original theme. So that's kind of where the vibe of it comes from. Again, they don't really have anything to do with each other, but that's where my headspace was at. I was like, I want something as good as the Some Call Me Johnny theme song.
I mean, it's like it doesn't really matter if there's a connection. It's just cool to see like what inspired you.
Yeah.
That's always fun.
So I came up with the main song. It plays through, does this little round robin thing at the end, and then it goes into like just a jam section for a while. And this is the part where the music fades down and we talk, or if we're streaming with Andrew, the music doesn't fade down and we start talking anyway. But you know, that was the intention. And then this is, yeah, there's like 3 minutes of just kind of jam band stuff. Nothing specific, but like good enough to be on an album, I think. Like it's solos. It's, you know, it's just jazz. It's just you listen to it and it's good. It doesn't have to be a cover of something. It doesn't have to serve a specific purpose. It's just, I think this is worth being on an album.
Yeah.
Like it's me playing music. It's good. I'm not going to listen through the whole thing. One thing I am going to highlight though is, you know,
this is definitely like this is definitely an album that I'm gonna like cook to.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. So you got the organ solo. There's a Rhodes solo. These are all synthetic instruments. The song's in a nice, comfy 4/4 Todd signature. Surely I would never suddenly break that for no reason during the guitar solo. I would never do that. That would never happen. That would be really stupid and cause a lot of issues for me later. Oh no, it's the guitar solo and it's in 7/8 for some reason. Why did I do that? We're like 3 minutes into the song. Don't break the time signature.
I think it sounds cool.
But sure, it sounds cool, but we'll talk about it later. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about with that song. Yeah, there's a story there. There's always a story. And then I gotta apologize. This is definitely the most filler piece of music on the album. I put our sub jingle on the album. There's a reason I put our sub jingle on the album. I'm sorry that it's only 32 seconds of music. Wah. The reason I put our sub jingle on the album is because I went to create our sub jingle, and as I always do, I got way too fucking carried away with it and ended up with 32 seconds of music and realized that would be really annoying to listen to every time somebody subbed to our channel. So I cut it in half and we used a truncated version on stream that's only 14 seconds long and it has a fade out. So I wanted to actually people to hear the full one. This is our sub jingle, you know? It sounds like our theme song, but it's way more energetic because we got a sub. Somebody spent money on us. Hooray! And it's really cool. I'm just going to let it play.
Me too. I don't have a choice, but I'm happy with that.
And it just kind of ends because I didn't really think, you know, like it wasn't supposed to really play for that long. It was just, you know.
By the way, if it makes you feel better, the Ninja Sex Party has like their latest album has a bunch of really short songs in it.
That's nice.
So, and they're like a super popular, band. So
yeah, no, yeah, so it's fine. No one's really heard that second half of the song anyway, so I figured people are probably going to want the full version at some point. So there it is. That's track 4. I always save the weirdest, most least good stuff for track 4. Track 4 or like track 8 is like where I stick the like, I don't know if anyone's going to care about this. Who cares?
So for future album listeners, for any of the albums, apparently, if you want to go from worst to best, you start with 4, then 8, and then go from there.
Pretty much. I mean, like album 2 or album 1, track 4 is our like really fucking like dissonant, weird, crappy Lavender Town cover. It's really bad. Andrew likes it, I think, but like it's not good. It's really messy and crappy and sounds nothing like the rest of the album. So whatever, it's track 4. Who cares? No one's listening to track 4.
Honestly, it'd be hilarious if you then wrote a piece just called it track 4.
I think someone's done that. I think someone has done that because it's kind of I don't know why it's kind of infamous in the music industry that track 4 is like just the one that's like whatever, it's track 4. Track 5, I always try to do something a little bit bigger and more interesting because it's like that's side A, guys. Like it's not, but if I ever pressed vinyl, it kind of would be. I don't think I could because my album or my music, my file sizes are enormous. That wouldn't really work. But if I ever made a vinyl version, then this would be side A ending. So what did I do this time? I took the completely live, one-take improvised cover of Callous Boutique performed by me and Alex and my dad. And that's what ends side A. And I love this cover. So there's a lot to this is there's a lot of story here. It's Alex's only physical appearance in our music. He's got his bass and he's playing it. And my dad's on drums. And this was during that like one chunk of time where my dad was actually practicing the drums a lot. So this is really good. This is clean. Alex and I saw each other a lot in 2019 because we traveled a lot in 2019. And so we had a lot of time to play music together in 2019. It was a good year. So in October, I can literally tell you the day this was recorded on. This was recorded on October 30th, 2019.
No, the day before Halloween.
Yes, because we left for reality on October 31st on Halloween. For some reason, I don't know. I think like 3 different occasions we flew out to a con on a holiday. I think it was like July 4th we flew out to a con. Halloween we flew out to a con. Like I don't know why. It just kind of the way 2019 was structured. We just kept leaving town on holidays.
See, I would ask why you left for reality, but like that I have my own answers for that.
That was just the name of the con.
Yeah, I know.
So it was So we had a lot of time to play music together. Alex, obviously, we were performing at these cons, so Alex had his bass, and we always wanted to play. We always wanted to do a cover of the Callous Boutique because it's a super short song. It's so catchy. It's so upsettingly good and catchy, and it's gonna be relevant soon because of Pokemon Legends ZA bringing that song back. So hooray! Accidental relevance. It showed up in the most recent trailer. It's like hell yeah, Callous Boutique's back.
Yeah.
They didn't even do like a remix for ZA. They were just like, the original was too good. We'll just put it back in this. So yeah, it's not the cleanest cover. We did this in one take. We just sat down and played it. And I played piano and Alex played bass. And my dad played drums and we put it all together. And I think it's a special song. Like, when else is this ever going to happen again? Oh, never.
Never, because one of them is dead.
Literally never. So, I'm not going to play the whole 5.5 minutes or whatever it is, but it's rad. I never got to, do this that much. yeah, this is why this was like the pre-order track. This is track 5. This is like one of the big highlights of the album is something that is actually 100% live instruments for once. Live drums, live piano, live bass guitar. It's not that complicated. It's really sloppy and kind of like overperformed, but that's the fun of it. It's just live. That's
part of the fun.
It's live. Yeah. It's all one and done.
It's funny because normally I don't like live performances in albums. Like about that, well, I guess what I mean is like concert performances.
Yeah, and this isn't a concert performance.
No, but like
this is just us in a basement.
Yeah,
this basement. But it's like me sitting in this exact spot with this exact keyboard. But it was 2019. Yay!
I miss 2019.
Me too. Good time.
My friend was alive. Although granted, I was also not in school, and I've quite enjoyed school. So, meh.
I just got to be a cool dude traveling around playing music, meeting the coolest people I've ever met. It's a good time, man.
Actually, I hadn't moved yet. I hadn't started practicing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Wow. Yeah, my life was kind of weird back then. What's changed? Like I don't remember exactly. Like I think I was just ending my last school because I graduated in spring of 2020. So I was in my second to last semester. Yeah.
Huh. I was very
things change a lot.
Very unemployed, but very happy. Unlike now.
Oh.
But I really like this cover. Go listen to it. It's been available for a while now. What's crazy is a lot of this album secretly has always been available on my personal SoundCloud that no one knows about. And I never really publicly was like, hey, everyone, if you want this music, look up my full government name on SoundCloud. But yeah, a lot of this stuff has been around. It's over there. This cover of Cow's Boutique is over there. Both our stream theme songs have been over there for a while. For 7 or 8 years. Doesn't matter now. Now it's all nice, one good place. Buy the album.
Give me money.
Give me money. Or just just stream it on Apple Music or YouTube Music or God fucking forbid Spotify. Spotify with their new send us your ID so you can listen to our music. They're getting worse. Spotify's getting worse and I'm so happy. Anyway, I'm not going to play this whole cover. It's really good. Go listen to it. Now, we're in the second half of the album. So there's 3 songs back to back here that all came from a very specific time back in, I guess it was early 2017, something. So I really wanted to make music for something, specifically for a Pokemon fan game or a Sonic fan game. That was my vibe back then. So I would often Google Pokemon fan game looking for musicians, or Sonic fan game looking for musicians, or just indie game looking for a musician. I actually found a group that was making a Pokemon fan game, and they were looking for music on some crazy obscure website that I don't remember. And I sent them some of the Good Note Guy stuff, and they were like, "This is insane! Please make music for us." So I did. I started making concept music for a conceptual Pokemon fan game. I don't think this fan game ever came out. And by the time I got 3 songs or 2.5 songs into it, I realized I am way too sick to be consistent with work right now. So I had to be like, guys, I'm really sorry. This isn't going to work out right now, which is a damn shame. But anyway, so I made 3 songs that are just conceptual songs. I have a conceptual first town song, a conceptual battle theme, and a conceptual dungeon theme. And I put them all in a row in the album. And I really like all 3 of them. Anyway, so yeah. So the first one is this conceptual kind of hometown song. I really like it. It's really kind of pretty. It's really I tried to capture a really specific vibe, and I had bigger intentions for the song that never got finished, unfortunately. So, I just kind of worked with what I had for the album. because I wanted to do like the majority of the song is sort of a little somber, a little melancholy, kind of like, sort of the emotional kind of beginning a journey kind of vibe of like leaving your hometown kind of thing. And then, I wanted at the end of the loop for it to go into this super like upbeat, happy, like, all right, I'm over it. I'm ready to go out and have a good time. Yeah. And
let's explore the world.
I just sort of started putting that section together, and then the whole project kind of ended, and it just never kind of. So I used it as the fade out for the album. So I'll play some of the song. I'll skip around a little bit.
Is this like the title theme for the game?
This would be the first town theme.
Okay.
So it's kind of slow. It's kind of little, emotional almost. Using my synthetic horn instruments because this is before I kicked that habit. But they're okay. They're fine. The flute sounds okay. Sounds like a flute.
I like that bit.
And then I kind of poorly looped it just so, you can hear it twice for the album. But let me show you the end of the loop and what it was sort of going to turn into. I was going to flesh this out and put in more instruments and stuff, but it just never happened. So enjoy this little fade out part, this little happy, upbeat fade out part. Bye. Yeah, I never quite finished that part, but I like it. I like that song.
And by 21-year-old Ryan.
By 21-year-old Ryan. And then I made up a battle theme, and I have old recordings of just like the piano version of these that I put into like my Victor Stream and shit. And then I sold the Victor Stream. I kept the SD card, so I still have those recordings somewhere, but I sold that Victor Stream. I didn't sell it, I actually gave it away to somebody. Oh. But yeah, I have this battle theme, which I think it sounds like a Pokemon battle theme, so I think I succeeded here.
That's fun. I like this. I like that it's different, but also the same. Ooh, what's that?
What?
The in the right ear. The
piano?
During the melody right now.
Oh, yeah. Left ear? Left ear there's
ear.
Organ. If you're hearing organ in your right ear, your headphones are on backwards.
No, it's not the organ. I don't think it is. Yeah, no, it's not the organ. It sort of sounds like a string instrument.
Oh, the yeah. I don't actually know what it's called, but it's the thing that's going like.
Yeah.
That's not in the right ear. That's in the middle. That's plop stabs in the center. Right in the center.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I didn't actually.
Really like that.
I didn't initially have that in the song. I remember my first draft of the song, I didn't have this instrument in, and I was like, something is really missing from this, and then I put it in, doing like, because there's a lot of Pokemon battle themes, especially in like Gen 2 and Gen 4, have a bass line that goes like, and I once I put that in doing that, I was like, okay, now it actually kind of sounds like a Pokemon battle theme way more. But I like this song. I like it. It's very upbeat. very upbeat, and then it has a guitar solo because I literally can't stop myself from doing shit like this. It's just part of my style. If you commission me to make you music, there's probably going to be a solo in there. And yeah, and then I'm skipping, but yeah, and then I just looped it. Yeah, but that like, I think that actually makes it sound much more like a Pokemon battle theme. Just having that in there. Anyway, so yeah, that's a concept battle theme. I don't really know what kind of battle that would have been used for. If it would have been like the wild battle theme, or the trainer battle theme, or the gym leader theme.
It sounds too much for a trainer battle. I feel like it would be it sounds too much for like to hear it all the time. I feel like it'd make a good trainer battle theme.
Yeah, it could be a good trainer battle theme. I don't know. We didn't get that far, so it's just a concept battle theme.
I think it'd be it has a good amount going on to be a trainer theme, but I think it doesn't have enough going on to be a gym theme. Plus it doesn't so yeah, I would consider it a trainer theme, but that's me.
And if I were making a fan soundtrack for Pokemon nowadays, I'd probably focus more on melodic like motifs, because Pokemon has actually moved to doing that starting in Gen 7. They pay more. There's way more like actual motifs in the music that carried into different songs. That's just like that's just the thing you do now when you make a soundtrack. You make light motifs and you put them in all the songs, and
I love spotting those in movies and stuff, because a lot of times it tells part of the story, or at least it's a way of telling the story. And it's so fun.
Yes, you come up with a motif that fits like a certain character, and then you can bring it up again later. It just works.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if I'm skilled enough.
And then you can change the key. And
exactly. I don't know if I'm a skilled enough musician to pull off a leitmotif. I've never really tried, but like
I think you are.
It's maybe something in the future I could tackle. The last song I made for this conceptual soundtrack really didn't make it past the first draft phase. This would be a conceptual dungeon theme. I just recorded it on my piano. It's actually a song I had in my head for a really long time before this, and then I finally came up with like a middle and an end. I had like the beginning part, and I would play it a lot. And then I finally recorded the whole thing, and I was like, that's good. I'm glad I have this now. This would make for a cool dungeon theme. I played it a bunch last night. I do play it a lot. I really like playing this song. It sounds like this. I'd probably add some instruments, maybe some strings and percussion. But I like this as like your first cave.
It reminds me a lot of I would love for it to, just because of my association with the piano, because it sounds very similar to a piece from Twilight Princess. Actually, yeah, it sounds very similar to Midna's theme in terms of the like it's repeating over and over again. It's in a minor key, and it's very like slow. And so like for me, I'm picturing like a dreary kind of like more tense cave. But that's where my brain goes.
Yeah, and I'm the kind of guy, I like to use weird, unusual, sort of semi-unusual time signatures. It's just kind of my vibe. I'm not in like a dream theater, prog rock, math metal kind of way. I just like using different time signatures in my songs. So this song, the part that you're hearing now it's in like a fast 7/8, like a 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I really like playing it. I also really like the chord progression. How it starts really minor, like really spooky, but then it gets a little more consonant, and then the B section is all nice and happy. Nice major key. I'll actually play it. This is pretty. It's nice. Maybe things aren't so true. Or maybe they are. And then I came up with this is like really catchy kind of melodic hook for the chorus, and the chorus switches from 7/8 to 11/4. I don't know why. It's just kind of what I decided. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2. And then it just kind of ends.
Something I'm looking at just to keep track of like what track number we're on. Did you plan for the G and G and the G and G themes for only the G to be uppercase?
I don't know why. Are they?
No, I'm just curious because I noticed that and I'm like, I don't think that's how our username is.
Is it only the first G is uppercase?
Mm-hmm.
I forget how I wrote it. I don't know. I'd have to look at that. It doesn't matter too much to me. Generally, I do it all in uppercase, but if that's not how it came out in the album, then I'd have to look. And it might be different on Bandcamp versus something else. I don't know. I'll take a look at that. I could probably even update it at some point if I don't like it, but it doesn't bother me too much.
Okay. I just wanted you to know because since I don't use your Braille display, I'm like, you might not know.
Yeah, I might. I mean, I typed it myself, so you think I would know.
Yeah, but sometimes I type something and I'm like, did I capitalize that shit? So.
But speaking of which, yeah, the next track is the second G&G theme song, the one we currently use.
Yeah.
Also, I ended that dungeon theme on a minor 4 because we were currently playing a song in my jazz band in college that ended on a minor 4 chord, and I really liked how it sounded. And that's why I did that. There's a story for everything, guys. Anyway, yeah, the next song is the G&G Stream Theme 2.0. I wanted to finally update our stream theme after like 5 years. I wanted to make it with real instruments, as many as I could, and just like give it a new fresh coat of paint. So I cracked open my saxophone case and I learned how to play it on my saxophone. I also, for a really long time, I actually do have a real Fender Rhodes keyboard. You can see it in some of our live streams. It's not in shot right now. It's basically just a keyboard, but it's electronic. It uses a pickup like a guitar. When you hit the notes, you're actually smacking little metal bars instead of strings. It's a Fender Rhodes. It's been a staple in music for a long time. It sounds like that. That's my Fender Rhodes, my real one, instead of the synthetic one I use in all of our other music. That's my real one. You can find it in this track and in track 11. Because what happened is I owned this Fender Rhodes for a really long time. My dad bought it from somebody that he met through work. It's an awesome keyboard, and it's worth a ton of money. It's just one of those insanely cool things. It's like a 1972 Fender Rhodes. But it was a little busted up when we bought it. One of the keys didn't work, and the sustain pedal was broken. So I found this cool website called Vintage Vibes. Then they sell a bunch of like old replacement parts. So I bought some new replacement parts, and I finally fixed it up in 2020. And then my Fender Rhodes is all nice and working now, which is cool.
Yay.
So I recorded this song actually using it. It's a heavy keyboard. Like the weighted keys are really heavy, so it's exhausting to play it. Like your hands hurt after a while. So I played my alto sax, like an actual alto sax. I also played the drums in this song, like a live drum set. I'm staring at it technically. I can't see it, but yeah, this is me on drums, which is why it's really bad because I'm not a drummer.
This is you on drums.
It's me on drums. This is your brain on drums. Any questions? I hope not. We're moving on. And anyway, the very beginning of the song, I wanted it to sound kind of like you're dropping a needle on a record. So I have this like I'm starting up a record player. There's the record static that you can kind of hear, and the me pressing the button was this fucking old ass tape player I have. I think this is the Bard tape player. It is now in camera shot. Knocks over my microphone. It's big, it's clunky, it's got giant buttons.
I can't see you.
You can't see me for the whole stream? This feels like something I should have known about from the start.
Well, I just noticed. I haven't gone close enough to the screen.
Wait, no, on the live stream, not on Zoom. I'm pointing it at the camera. Are you looking at YouTube?
No, I'm looking at you through Zoom.
I'm not streaming my face through Zoom.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about the actual live stream.
Okay. Well, I couldn't tell because I'm not watching the live stream. But well, yeah,
anyone watching the live stream, I'm holding the tape player. Yeah. And this one button, I just clicked it, and I recorded that click. Oh, this is the click.
I remember that sound.
This is the click that starts our second stream theme song.
Oh wow, my childhood. Oh man, I miss that tape player.
Yep. It still works.
Yeah, those things are durable as hell.
But I wanted a good just clicky like button sound, and I didn't have like a, I don't know, I didn't have like a real record player to fuck around with. So
hey, that's better.
So that's what that is. That's what the click is at the beginning of our second theme song.
That makes me really happy. Oh man, I have so many vivid memories of using that machine. Oh, that's so cool.
And yeah, this is our second theme with real instruments. Woo! Yeah. Listen to me kind of barely play the saxophone. Little cowbell in there, a little different B section.
I wonder how the cowbell is.
And then, like before, there's just another jam section. Except this time I get to play my actual roads, which hurt. But it's still
you suffer for your art.
Yeah. Got the organ solo in there. It's all in the same order as the first theme. The solos are different because it's always improvised, so it's not going to sound the same. But yeah, and that's me on the actual drums. It sounds okay. I'm not a drummer. I just happen to have a dad who's a drummer.
And so, you have a good sense of time. So
I do have a good sense of rhythm.
A very good sense of rhythm. I have very little.
And then when I got to the guitar solo, I was like, oh, I want this to be authentic. Let me remember all of the different stupid time signature changes I did randomly and recreate them on the drums for this. When I did that, it is exactly the same. That was a pain in the ass. I don't know why I did that to myself. So that's what happened there. And we started using this. You can listen to the actual transition between the old theme song and the new theme song if you watch the first part of our Earthbound playthrough, because we did it in real time, which is cool. So that's when that started. And that we've been using the new theme song longer than we used the old one, and I don't like thinking about that too hard because it freaks me out. It's kind of like how we're farther away from the release of Ocarina of Time 3D than Ocarina of Time 3D was when it came out
from the original
Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. Oh God.
That was a 13-year time jump, and we're currently 14 years away from 3D. So yay.
Oh no. Oh God. Yes.
So that's fun to think about.
I'm probably just gonna have to starfish later and wallow in how old I feel now. Just no. Wow.
Yeah. So I really need to, if our channel survives to the end of this year, I think I really need to make a new theme song at some point. And I hope it does, but I don't know what's going to happen in the next few months. It terrifies me.
I will make time. Actually, I found that I'm only gonna be 2 hours behind us. So
it's going to change at some point. It depends on what time of year it is.
True.
Because yeah.
But we'll figure it out. I will make time for this stream.
Let's see. You don't have all that much control.
No, but I do have some, and what control I do have, I will make.
I hope we last. There's so many more games I want to play, but if we don't, we don't. Yeah. At the very least, like what's good about our channel is it's not a big channel, so there never has to be a point where I have to come on here and be like, we are retiring.
Mm-hmm.
We just might go dead, which is sad, but there's always
we won't.
stuff, you know. We've gone dead in the past. It could happen again. Just means we'll come back at some point. You think I'm not going to stream the new Rhythm Heaven when it comes out? Because I'm gonna.
What? I forgot. When does that come out?
Sometime next year.
Next year. Okay.
So yeah, I should write a new theme song. I might not. We'll see. A short theme song.
I will give you feedback if you would like. I like giving you feedback.
So we're all the way up to track 10 now. Oh my god, good. We're moving.
Yeah.
we should be done by 4 probably.
And this is the one that I remember more helping you with.
So why does this track even exist? It's because it took so long to get art. This is going to be a 9-track album. Then I was like, it needs something original. And then I made a new song. And then it was like, cool, we got 10 tracks. We're done. It's July 2024. I did it. Made an album. And then we got to like April 2025. And I was like, this is taking so long to finish. Also, we're going to stop doing our regular show for like 2 weeks in a row. So I can like maybe move my whole setup and do a piano stream or two. Why don't we make a new song? I wonder what song I should make. Scrolling through TikTok, here's a gorgeous guitar cover of Undella. I guess I'm going to make Undella. That's really what happened.
Awesome.
This song has been kind of on my radar for a while. I actually started one of our piano streams, one of my like 2023 piano streams, kind of like really poorly playing it. Because I think it's a really pretty song. And then I heard somebody playing it on acoustic guitar on TikTok, and I was like, oh man, I should really make a cover of that. And that's what I did in April. I made a bunch of really, really awkward streams where I kind of put the song together, and I really, really, really like how it came out. I really like it.
I love this piece.
I love the waves, the ocean,
it's just so chill. Like when you were when you were playing it on the piano yesterday, I was just like.
Yeah, I like low-key turned it into like a gospel song. I didn't really mean to do that, but it just kind of, It's very like spiritual, man.
Spiritual.
So that happened. It's like an R&B kind of vibe. I love the sound design with the waves and the chimes. I like that at the very last second I swapped out the violins at the beginning for a really cool sounding synth. I think that sounds way better. Like, ooh.
Yeah.
Isn't that synth in the background? Just kind of the waves. I don't know why I keep working songs into our albums that have waves in the background. It's just become a thing.
I think I told you this when I was giving you feedback, but this song gives me so many like Animal Crossing vibes.
Oh yeah.
And I love it.
I love it.
I literally might play this on loop to like go to sleep.
It's really pretty.
It's just so chill and pretty, and yes.
I only have one problem with this song, and I don't want to like sway anyone's biases by saying what it is out loud, but I'm still gonna voice it. And like, it only sometimes bothers me. It kind of depends on the mood I'm in when I'm listening to it. But I think, sort of, that I probably would have been a little happier with this song if I made the drums 5 or 10% quieter in the mix. And it doesn't always bother me when I'm listening to it, but sometimes I'm so focused, I'm like, that drumming is just it's a little too forward in the mix. It's a little too loud. Like it could just be quieter. And there was like, I had a lot of time to fix it. But I was very lazy. And 2, I'm like trying to get more into the habit of saying that something is done rather than continuing to tweak it.
Yeah, I feel that. Because you can be in tweak mode forever.
I could have gone back and fixed the drumming and then been like, oh, something else needs to be changed. And then this song would have never been finished.
Cycle, yeah.
And the same thing with track 1. I got to the end of track 1. I was like, okay, I'm gonna add like some like vocal stuff and cowbells and bongos. I had this nice set of bongos Alex gave me back in 2017. I want to put some bongos in. I did none of that because if I started to do that, and I did start to do that, I was like, this is way beyond the scope. I'm never going to finish this song if I do it. I sat down with the bongos. I was like, the mic sounds too flat. The bongos aren't in tune. I'm going to have to figure out how to tune bongos. It just never would have finished. So I just didn't do any of it. And it's still fine. It's still good. It's fine.
Something that you might want to do, because if you say you're done with a song, but then you realize something's actually wrong, or that you feel something is wrong, like, oh man, that thing is too high in volume or whatever, like make a list of needs and wants for the song. Like, okay, these are things I need to do. And then once you complete that list, throw the rest away, unless you really think, okay, these are needed.
I don't know if the self-control for that, but and again, I still think this song is great.
Yeah, so
and most of the time I'm listening to it, it doesn't bother me that the drums are a little louder than I'd like. And they're not too loud for the song.
Yeah.
They're not too loud for the genre. Just personally, I think I would have liked it if they were a little quieter.
Yeah.
It doesn't ruin the song at all. It's just the drums are a little bit too easy to hear, I think. But it's not like, it's fine. And I should have changed it, but I didn't. It wouldn't have been easy to change. I would have had to come down here. I would have had to load up the project file. I would have had to edit the sound, make sure I liked it. Then I would have had to record the whole song again onto my mixer. And then I would have had to master it again and pay the money for the master. This was all after it was done. So I was like, you know what? Is it really going to break it if I just let it go? No, it's fine.
Let it go.
And it is fine. It just, it's just something I think about when I hear this song. I was like, I wish the drums were a little quieter. But I still like the song.
Dude,
also, I forgot to put the violins in the background on this part, and I probably should have gone back and done that. But again, it's fine. It's okay.
Well, here's the thing, though. You have a great song, and you're learning.
Yeah,
and that's what matters. And now, now the next time you do something like this, you can make it even better.
Yeah, but I'm trying to exercise my control of being done with something.
Yeah.
And I think this song is fine. I was gonna go in and re-record the entire solo after spending like 4 hours on stream doing it, but I sent it to you, and you were like, I like it, and then I listened to it, and I was like, fine. You know what? So do I. I was like, is there too much motion here for this genre? No, maybe not. It's fine.
Yeah, it really helps having confirmation from someone else to be like, this is good the way it is. Like, if it wasn't good, I'd let you know.
Yeah.
And
this is fine. It was not fun to record this solo. It took a lot of takes. There was a lot of like cut parts. I had to like cut things together. If you knew, you would notice them, but I'm not going to talk up too much about it because then people might notice it. But like, unfortunately, this solo was really not fun to record, which is a shame because I like it when a solo is fun to record and is good, especially when it's captured on stream. Because and I talk about this so many times on stream, that there are takes of solos that I thought were really awesome where you can actually watch me play them because I have it archived on stream. Like our Route 203, the end of Route 203 is the biggest example. Those solos are insanely good. And I have video proof of me physically playing them. And now they're immortalized on the album. And I think that's such a cool thing to have. That did not happen with this song. Not at all. This song was just getting the solo to sound right just took fucking forever. It was really not fun. But I still like how it sounds at the end of the day. This song went right on my chill playlist once I got it in my library.
It will be going straight into my chill playlist.
It's really pretty. It's kind of gospel-y.
Yeah. So especially with that part, the
yeah.
That part in particular, I'm like, gospel music.
I really like this synth. I think this synth is gorgeous. One of the best synths I've found on my keyboard. Really pretty. Let's see. Those chord changes are really awesome. I took some time to quiet the drums down here, kind of chill out a bit. Brought the, in the quiet parts, I bring the waves and the chimes back. Do a little sound design there. It's nice. And then this ending, I could have jammed on this ending forever. This ending uses my favorite, I think one of my favorite chord progressions, which is in a major key, which is a 4-1-2, 4-1-3-2 or 4-1-3-6, and it sounds like this. I could play that forever. And sometimes you can do like a 4-1.
Yeah, I remember you really like pondering the ending of the song.
I love that chord progression. I first learned about it from a song from Sonic Adventure 1, the theme song for the robot character E102 Gamma. His theme song ends with a really long, just a vamp sequence where it's just like... melancholy. I don't know. I love it because it's you know it's in a major key, but it has these two like really like haunting minor chords in it. I really like that chord progression.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So yeah, that's how I ended this song. I could have played this chord progression forever though. So I cut it. And there's really not a lot happening at the end of the song. I took a lot of the instruments out. I had pretty big ambitions for how the end was going to go, but then I was like, you know what? This is good. This is fine. It doesn't need a guitar or an extra piano. It's just fun.
Well, I think I told you I liked the lack of instruments because it was kind of going back to chill mode.
Yeah.
You know, like it's going back to the beginning, you know?
And it just ends with the
waves again.
Waves. And I let this kind of play out for a little while. I like to have long sections at the end that are just waves for some reason. The same thing in our Cerulean City cover. There's just waves and some distant chimes.
I feel like this the waves and the chimes are some sort of video game intro. Like I could totally see that being like, you know, before the big cutscene or like right at the beginning of the game, something like that.
And that's Undella. It's good. There's also a summer version of that song which is way different, and maybe I'll cover that someday. But that's the winter version. And then the last song I record. This is another one take live, very very sloppy but very nice. Cover of the Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, like Pokemon League music. It's very well known for being one of those songs that you're not expecting, and I think that's why people really remember this song because it's so relaxing, it's so chill. But like, you know, it's like you breaking through Victory Road and then you get out and you're finally at the Pokemon League and what you see is this like beautiful lake and waterfall and cliffside and it's playing this like really chill music and that's just like, it's so Gen 4 of Pokemon to do that kind of shit, to pull that kind of shit, to be like you're about to get your ass kicked, but right before that, take a second and take a breather. And this, I recorded this in 2020 at around the same time I did our second theme song because it was the thing I did once I got my roads restored and it was actually working. I was like, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to play something. And this is what I played and I recorded it and it's just one take and it's really improvised and really bad. But I think it's a cool way to end an album because it's just so chill. It's so freeform. So yeah, and I don't have a ton to say about this. It's just me on the roads kind of jamming out, playing a really sloppy cover of the Diamond, Pearl, Platinum theme.
For some reason I'm just picturing you like in the back of a van playing piano, just on the roads playing piano.
Roads. Oh, is that why? Because roads, it's not even spelled the same. It's RHOD.
Yeah, I know, but roads. It sounds the same and that's how my brain's connected it with, so deal with it.
But yeah, you know, a lot of times I end albums with like a lot of noise and bombastic, and then sometimes I'm just like, it just needs to end in a way where maybe you're already asleep, okay? Maybe you're already asleep. And I love that.
Yeah.
Like, Andela lulled you to sleep, and now you're asleep, and I'm just playing you off, all right?
Isn't it? It's always weird, like when you wake up, like when you're like, in the waking stage of sleep, and things that you're hearing in real life come into your dreams, and you're just like, the hell? But I don't like if this played in my dreams, I'd be happy.
Yeah, it's chill.
I'd be like, oh, piano.
It's nothing crazy, but that's fine. What else? That's the whole damn album. Yeah, I barely knew what I was doing when I was playing this. It's really bad, but I kind of love that.
Yeah. I wouldn't notice.
Just kind of fucking around. Enjoying my roads, because I love how it
Well,
sounds.
I love the piano streams where you're just playing for the hell of it, just doing what you want. Those are fun.
I like those too. I sure wish I could do more of those.
Why can't you? Oh.
I'm in a very public space.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's the lot.
These are fun.
I feel like I had more to say, but I don't know what else to say. That's it. That's the album. Please go check it out. Listen to it. Stream it. Pay for it. I'd like to make more albums, because if I make enough albums, I can live off the revenue. Like, it's passive revenue, guys. It's great. It keeps going up. Straight to the moon. What if I had 12 albums? What if I had 28 albums? Think about all the money and good music. And both. It's chill though.
Yeah,
and if you want to
really
check it out on Bandcamp, guys, that's where you should buy it from. It's in the description on YouTube. I'd put it in chat, but I don't think anyone's in chat. Here, I'll put it in chat anyway, just to see if it still works, the link. There it is, good. Yeah, it's on Bandcamp. Bandcamp is the best way to buy an album if you actually want to own the music and you want the person you bought the music from to get the most support. Buy it from Bandcamp. That's the best way to do it. You get it in good quality. You can also stream it from Bandcamp. And you can read about every track on Bandcamp, because I wrote up a little blurb for every track on Bandcamp.
Cool.
So check out all the stuff there. That's also where I sell CDs sometimes. Yeah.
This was a really fun stream. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, it was good.
I love hearing stories behind books and music and all that shit. It's cool. It's really cool to see what inspired artists.
It's crazy how much time happened between all of this. Songs from 2017, songs from 2019, songs from 2020 and 2023 and 2024, 2025. Just a lot of time.
Yeah, man, this is like a whole decade of your life, almost.
Yep. Yeah, all the bads, and uglies.
Yeah. Yep.
My only regret is I kind of wish the album was an hour at least, and it's not quite an hour long.
I get so much satisfaction when songs are exactly a minute 10 seconds or a minute or I'm like, yes.
I don't know if any of these songs are specific, but
no, but there's just something small in my brain that's just it's satisfying.
I would have liked to have put out a full hour. I put out 51 minutes. It's a bit shorter than the other albums, but it's just a little post-game content, guys.
Yeah.
I have a lot of ideas for other stuff I'd like to make, and I might do that someday.
Do it.
But the promise of putting out a third Good Note Guys album has been a thing forever, and Alex and I were like, well, either we promise that we will put out a third Good Note Guys album, or we'll die and we won't care at that point. And we got to do both, guys. We got to do both of those things. Isn't that great? I got to release the album, so I fulfilled the promise, and Alex got to fulfill the promise of, by the time I'm dead, I won't care. It's so perfect. It's so exactly when else can you do that when you can fulfill both sides of a promise? So good.
Our humor is so goddamn morbid. God, I feel like Alex would love that show.
I would love that. What are you talking
He'd
about?
find that fucking hilarious.
We
He'd find
always
that
said
so
that though.
funny.
Anytime someone brought up the throne, it was like either I'll release it or I'll be dead and I won't care. We did both. Fucking nailed it.
I feel like that's a really
Literally
good
couldn't recreate that, guys.
Nope. Oh my God.
I'd have to find another musician who's willing to take the fall.
Or kill you and
kill me.
publish the album.
Do us all a service.
I mean, all he has to do is stab you in the kidney.
That would hurt, yeah.
And then just wait for you to go into kidney failure again.
Oh, fun. Can't wait. Yeah. But that's the album.
That was really fun. I really this stream was really fun.
I got nothing else to say. Go buy the album now. If you buy it today on Bandcamp, I get all the money you spend. It doesn't go to it doesn't go to Bezos. It doesn't go to that guy who runs Spotify, who's like in leagues with like the German military right now or whatever he's doing.
Give my friend your money and enjoy his music. Thank you.
Give me your fucking money. Anyway, I'm done. We'll be back.
Bye,
I'll probably be
Internet.
back soon to